we're super excited about the show today because we've got an up-and-coming country star we think you're really going to like.
One award-winning producers are telling us, hey, keep your eye on this young lady.
Yeah, she's got it going on. Her name is Kylie Frey. She comes out of southern Louisiana. We're going to talk about how she got into country, her roots, go back to rodeo. So I think you'll really enjoy this. She is our guest in just a couple of seconds. We are so excited to talk to this young lady. She is out of southern Louisiana and already got a big hit in Texas. We want to talk about that in just a second. And clearly, the vibe feels like you got a gig that you're at right now. Kylie Frey,
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
How are y'all doing?
We are fantastic. Are you playing live tonight?
No, I am not. I had some things that I had to do here in Nashville. I'm actually at Losers Bar, and Kris, I don't know why, but they keep asking you to pay your tab.
That sounds about right.
They keep telling me to tell you that. So,
good to know.
Anyway, now that we have that
covered.
Never
happened over my dead body.
This whole thing doesn't hold water anyway because this guy drinks on everybody else's tab anyway. I've never known you.
I always buy one of the owners there, Steve Ford, or used to in the day, buy him a shot because I said, when's the last time someone bought you a shot? He goes, it's never happened.
Oh, wow. Dang.
We have poured ourselves into many a lift ride out of Losers. So
as you should. Me
and
as well.
That's a Nashville meeting right there. You're giving people inside information about how things get done in Nashville.
Yes. A lot of business takes place at Losers, whether you like it or not.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, hey, look, we're really thrilled to have you here, Rodeo Queen, the EP, and we want to give folks just a little history of you. So, we mentioned very briefly out of southern Louisiana, and Rodeo Queen has a special meaning to you. You certainly did your time doing rodeo stuff. Give us a nutshell history of you, where you're from, how you got to Nashville, and what made you fall in love with country music.
Yeah, so I grew up, like you said, South Louisiana, a town called Opelousas, and I come from a rodeo family, and so much so that my dad never wanted my sister or I to rodeo because he was just burnt out, and he wanted us to do normal things like, play sports or ballet or do ballet or something like that. But his two daughters wanted to rodeo, and so that's what we did. And my sister and I pretty much every weekend we were at a rodeo, sometimes two. We burned up the highway, and we spent all of our summers out on the road just competing. And like you said, I did my time as a rodeo queen, and I wore the leather tops and, matching jean pants and painted on boots. And it was just a really great way to grow up. I have no music in my family, but somehow rodeo led me to my career that I have now. I sang the national anthem for pretty much every rodeo that I showed up to, whether it was good or not. And luckily I just kind of got better along the way, and my guitar found its way into my hands at about 13 years old, and it was nothing more than just playing on the back of a tailgate after a rodeo. But somewhere along the way, I figured I probably couldn't make too much money tying goats for the rest of my life, so I should take the whole guitar thing a little bit more serious. And it's just been really cool to watch my life transition from this really niche thing to the world of country music. It's been really cool.
Well, I've got to ask, I appreciate you telling us that and sharing that with us. Is there a moment where you realized, okay, this is where I've got to go? And I've got to go to Nashville? Because I'll tell you, I was talking to a good friend of ours, Frank Liddell.
Frank's my publisher.
Ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes. And my wife's a songwriter, and he was talking to me. He goes, you got to get her with Kylie Frey. And I was like, who's cool. Kylie Frey? And he goes, she has got something. He goes, I can't put my finger on it yet, but this girl's going to be something big.
That's awesome.
And ever since then, I've had my eye on you, and it's been like, man, she is. And when Frank Liddell says something like that, you pay attention.
Sure. That is the best thing you could have told me today. His words carry so much weight, and I'm just so honored and humbled to hear that. That is really cool.
Well, usually those words are followed by something like unbelievable.
Don't take too much stock. This is the same man we talked to blowing off the meeting with Taylor Swift.
Right.
Get drunk with us instead.
Yeah, we did talk him out of a meeting with Taylor Swift, this young girl he was going to meet with.
Oh, no.
Just keep your hooks in tight because he gets distracted very easily.
Sure, right.
Yeah, going back to talking about you and your sister doing this, how close in age are you guys?
So we're 2 years apart. She's 2 years older than me.
Okay, were you competitive with each other? Like, were
Yes.
you not only competing in? Okay, I wonder if there was a sibling rivalry, if you guys were team spirit, or how that went.
We helped each other out practicing, but we had a good, healthy level of competition growing up. She was the more naturally talented one, and I was the one that just worked really hard. And so we gave each other a good run for our money every now and then. But my freshman year, she and I were neck and neck for the last hole to go to nationals, and she beat me by 2 points. But the next year, I won state, and she went to her senior year, but I beat her out that second year. So
That must have felt pretty sweet.
yeah, it was pretty good.
And then, like, what is she doing now as you are now a country music star? What is she doing?
She is a wonderful, wonderful mom. She has 3 beautiful baby boys, and she's doing a great job raising them in South Louisiana.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we hear otherwise, and we're going to go over those things right now. No, I'm just totally kidding.
So we saw you had a birthday pretty recently, but you also had to play lumberjack on that day. I saw the video you posted up on Instagram. Did you guys? Did you actually have to like cut a tree up and move it out of the road?
You know what? I was willing to do that, but I had a lot of neighbors that they had their own chainsaws, and I did most of the video, and I'm not going to lie. But
Okay.
It was really cool. I got to meet a whole lot of my neighbors that day. You know, everybody just kind of came together and got these couple of trees out of the road so I could go and celebrate my birthday. So it was pretty cool to, have some
awesome.
down-to-earth people that were ready to just get their hands dirty and make it happen.
I love the fact you're a real country girl, though, because you know as well as I do, there's some women in country music right now that would be like, today I had to do the most country thing ever. I had to get my own coffee mug out of the cabinet.
Well, I was just going to say, it's nice to know that your neighbors are nice people, because when they own
Yes.
chainsaws, you want them to be
That's
level-headed,
true.
nice people.
That is true.
Solid.
That is very true. Yes.
Go to the other end, it can get a little scary.
Right.
Let's talk about, and I know that this is not necessarily the single, but the girls just want to have fun cover. It's so good. It's
So fun.
So fun,
Thank
so
you.
modern, and the spin you put on it is so great. What brought that to your attention? Did somebody bring that to you, or did you say, this is a song I'd really like to do? How did that come to be?
So that song was in my very first set that I've ever played in my hometown. I've just always played that song because I'm playing in bars. I need a song that people know that they can sing along to and they want to drink. And if the ladies are dancing, then everyone's happy, right? So I would play that song acoustically. And when I started my band here in Nashville, I just kind of had a wild idea to just kind of do a full band country version of that. And they all thought I was crazy, but I was like, I'm paying you to be here, so you're going to do what I say. And it sounded really great because they're really good at their jobs. And so we started playing that as a band, and my manager, Alan, was like, hey, that song kind of sounds like it sounds like your song when you sing it. Maybe we should record that because it doesn't sound like you're singing a cover. It just sounds like maybe that was a song that you wrote that people just so happen to know.
I'm sorry, I'm going to need to take a second. We've known Alan for many, many years, your manager, and to hear him doing something right is just so awkward.
It's
And
a little spooky.
yeah, I mean, we're going to take a second on that. But,
You get a gold star, Al.
I'm trying to process this whole thing. Well, that was a wise choice because it turned out great.
Yes, thank you.
Was there ever any consideration of maybe a different Cyndi Lauper song, like maybe She Bop? Or
I'll put that one in the suggestion box, and I'll revisit that later.
Talking about Cyndi Lauper and everything, and just other artists, is there, who's your top 3 artist of all time, any format?
So I love Dolly Parton. I'm just such a country music fan. Jessie Coulter is one of my tops, and then I think Winona would be up there with them. Yeah.
Well, solid choices for sure. When you talk about you were talking about doing sets and playing bars and needing songs that would get people up and dancing. What are the go-tos for you? Obviously, that's a great one. But what's one if people are just kind of in between? What do you know will get them out there and raising their hands?
9 to 5 is great.
Really?
Yes, 9 to 5 is a great song for that. we'll do like Gunpowder and Lead. People love that song. I have a song called One Night in Tulsa, and so we go into Tulsa time after that. That kind of always gets people going.
You've got to get that to the people at Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone.
I
Get that in
have
that
been
song.
told that. I know. I need to make that happen because that would be really, really cool. Yeah.
No, tell Alan. Make him do it.
I know.
Do stuff.
I know. I'll mention
You
that.
can't do everything for him.
Right.
Do you have obviously you're just this career is getting rolling and things are going. Looking ahead, what are some of some not long term, some short term goals? What are some things you'd like to see happen? Maybe even in 2023 that you're hoping to accomplish, things that you want to check off the list.
Yeah, short term goals. I want to put out at least 6 songs this year, whether that's singles or EP. We're still trying to figure that out, but I've got some music recorded and we're about to start releasing soon. The first song will release April 14th, so I'm already getting going on those goals, so that's great. I'd love to play the Opry. Green Hall is on my list. So yeah, there's a goal list and we're working on it. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, you're doing great.
Thank
Some great
you.
goals there for sure. Let's look a little farther then down the road just a little bit. The day comes that you are invited to be on the Grand Ole Opry. Who is your dream person to make that invitation to you?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Reba.
Oh, that'd be strong.
Yeah.
We were really kind of hoping you'd say us right there, but I guess Reba.
Y'all are second. Y'all come in second for sure.
Okay,
Yes.
that makes me feel better.
Reba,
Yes.
and then we're just like it's right there,
Right.
there. As you're talking about making new music and being in the studio, and is it difficult when because when you're an artist at your level, you're traveling so much, you're touring, you're getting the buzz going. Do you guys always go back? Do you have to fly back and forth, or do you record like mobile on the road? How do you get it done? Because obviously technology is a lot different now than it used to be when you had to go back someplace else.
Sure. I am still trying to figure out my whole process with that, but I started recording actually in South Louisiana, and we kind of split the recording process between there and here in Nashville, and that's been really cool for me because I start off the process in Louisiana, and so it's nice when I can just wake up, near my hometown and my family and have some boudin for breakfast and just kind of get back to, who I am and where I grew up and really get back to the roots while I'm, making this stuff happen. So
it's great that you have that opportunity. Are you like most people? And when you come back to the hometown after being gone for a while, is there a place you love to go eat first thing? Like, do you go to a certain local place where you got to have whatever?
There's a couple of those, but it's funny because my mom pointed out, my mom's baked chicken is like every time I come home, that's the first meal that I request that she cooks. So that's always first on the list. But my parents own a boudin business, and so when I go home, I always try to go stop by there and have some boudin.
Nice.
Okay.
That's awesome. It's what a compliment to her too. She must love that when you come home, the first thing you want is home cooking. That's nice.
Oh, she can cook. Yeah, I will not deny that.
That's awesome. When we lived in California, and now when I go, my wife is from San Francisco, and anytime we go back, it's always great Mexican food and In-N-Out.
Oh,
That's where we start.
I do love a good In-N-Out burger. Don't tell my Texas fans, but I do love an In-N-Out burger.
And now that they're going to put one in Nashville,
Oh, I did hear
the
that.
battle is on.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I like Whataburger. It's good, but I'm sorry, In-N-Out's just a little better for me.
Sure.
Sorry, Texas. Did you find being in Southern Louisiana, because you do so well in Texas, was it a challenge to get into that? Because it seems like a pretty
Tight-knit
solid,
group.
tight-knit club.
It
Was it hard to break into that?
Yeah.
Or did you find it?
I'm 10 years in right now, and I still feel like sometimes I'm kind of fighting for my place. But I do feel embraced by that whole scene, and I feel very fortunate to have gotten to play in front of those fans and like capture that fan base because it's very loyal fans, and they just really love great music. And so,
Plus, you got the benefit of your manager being able to call and say, our buddy Irv here kind of helped one of your Texas boys do okay in country music.
yeah, absolutely.
You might listen to what this young lady has to say.
Right.
Well, and doing something with Randy Rogers couldn't hurt.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's been really great. He's been, really kind of a mentor for me, and he's just kind of like anytime I need advice or anything like that. Yeah, he was a big part of me getting into that scene.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's great to have people like that watching out for you, because the business, I don't know how old you are. I'm not asking, but I know that we've been in country music in our side of the industry
for 58 years.
That's not true.
Oh.
But around 31 years, and we've
Yeah.
seen so many things come and go, and so many people blow up into superstars, and so having that community that can help you out has got to be at least some bit of a comfort, so you're not just out there in the cold on your own.
It is, yeah. I mean, there's like a lot of ways to skin this cat, and so it's really cool to have people who have been there and done the things that you're trying to do, to give you advice along the way of what to do and what to not do. So, yeah.
Excellent. Well, we're super excited for you, Kylie. We really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us.
And we
Thank
encourage
you.
everyone watching to check you out and follow you on all your socials and everything.
Yeah,
Links in the
please do.
description. Get that music, and we'll be looking for the new songs real soon. And we hope you have a fantastic summer out on the road and making new music.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for y'all's time, too. This has been great.
Thank you.
Absolutely our pleasure. Thanks, Kylie.